And hello, everyone. I am VoltageTheWolf, and this is the Shenanigans podcast. I am joined by the wonderful Oron the Yifman here,
Sup, Kings?
and we have another special guest on this week, and that is Alex. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm ready now. I'm Alex. I've been I'm just kind of around. I just say hi every now and again.
He's a
Literally all I
brony.
do.
Oron the Yifman.
I'm a pwn boy.
Oron the Yifman.
We only allow degenerates on this podcast.
It doesn't that make me a degenerate though?
On par with being a furry.
I'm a diet furry. Leave me alone.
Furry light.
That's honestly it. Just the diet
Off-brand
Coke.
furry.
Yeah, he's like the RC Cola. The birdies are like the RC Cola, the furry phantom.
It's like going to McDonald's getting a Diet Coke.
It's on the shelf and it says it's its own thing, but it tastes a little too close.
Like that off-brand Sprite.
Oh my god, it's almost Christmas time, and we're about to start seeing the cranberry Sprite commercial.
Hell yeah.
I actually am sad I never actually
Want a
bought
cranberry Sprite?
I never watched. I watched the ad. No, I really like cranberry. Cranberry is really good, and I'm really annoyed that I did not get any cranberry Sprite last year. I gotta get cranberry Sprite this year for sure, but only if Sprite runs that ad. Only if Coca-Cola runs that Sprite ad again. Because that was actually, I love that ad.
Oh shit.
Okay. So yeah, I guess first order of business is gaming news this week in the past week or so. So I don't know, Alex, I don't know if you played Battlefield 5 yet or play Battlefield.
I tried to, but my computer's so just garbage that I haven't been able to run it.
Okay. But have you played previous Battlefield titles at all? Just out of curiosity.
I have, yes. I loved the Battlefield. Battlefield was like my game when I was younger.
Yes. I know Oron here played it with me back in the high school days. When was it?
Oh, was it like
was it
all
Battlefield
of like
3?
10 times we played Battlefield 4 or some shit, or 3?
Yeah, it was 3. I'm like, and then, but yeah, that was Battlefield 3 was the apex of Battlefield. That was so good. 4 though kind of fell. The issue is it launched really badly.
Yeah, it did.
Bugs.
Because when I played the beta, I remember playing the beta for 4, and that shit was. I mean, it was fun.
It just crashed.
Not gonna lie. Well, for me, it didn't crash at all. For me, I had the blast with the beta. I just spotted a lot of things that were broken, and then when it came out, I was really let down. I was like, "Wow, this is just like the beta."
Yeah,
but
and that's kind of Battlefield 5 right now. And in fact, I don't know if you kept up with it with like Level Cap or anyone, but every update that they launch breaks features a lot. It's really bad. But so speaking of their updates, the Chapter 4 release, when that released, it teased the War in the Pacific, and lo and behold, Chapter 4 didn't even have anything of that. So people were like, why are you advertising this War in the Pacific stuff if it's not even going to be in the update you're talking about? But Battlefield finally released or dropped a trailer for War in the Pacific. And I have to say, I don't know if you watched the trailer yet, but it is really intense. I actually really liked it.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of have some low expectations for it because I watched a video a while ago that was talking about some of the war stories that Battlefield 5 had, and just the historical inaccuracy of them was quite disappointing. So
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how hyped up I'll be for any kind of new release from them. So
Yeah, I'm playing the trailer there in the background, but some people level cap was saying like, why is the aircraft carrier so close to the island? They wouldn't be doing that, and I'm kind of like, okay, that's kind of nitpicking to me, but because it was Battlefield 1943 was for Xbox, it was in the Pacific, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I think 1945 I think was the game you're talking about, where they had the Japanese versus U.S.
It was I'm pretty sure it was 43, because 42 was the original Battlefield. I don't know. But what's it called? They had the aircraft carriers in there, and I thought that was a really cool mechanic.
It was, and it was executed pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, if they execute this update really well, and they fix a lot of crap with it, I think I could see myself playing the game regularly again. But I don't think I will for a while. Until it's proven. But they're bringing in like the Corsairs, they're bringing in the Zeros, they got the M1 Grands, the Arasakas. That's just what I've seen from weaponry, looking at this trailer again. But in the trailer they have this is Battlefield kind of, only in Battlefield kind of moment, where there's a Japanese V1 rocket. Why they have that, I don't know. But apparently,
because the Germans developed that, and that was later on in the war.
Yeah. But they got the dude like runs up to it, flies up to it, jumps out and crashes his plane into the V1 bomb. I'm like, oh hey, that's kind of cool how they're doing like only in Battlefield stuff in trailers again. And in the video, a couple of times there's guys running around with the, I guess, anti-tank mines on sticks. So that'll be interesting.
I gotta say, I'm 100% okay with the only in Battlefield kind of gameplay, but if you know, EA or DICE is gonna sit there and say that this actually happened, then I'm gonna really raise some eyebrows. Like, number one, the Japanese didn't even have V1s. That was developed by the Germans late war, and if they're having American pilots fly their aircraft up into a V1, that shouldn't even be in the hands of the Japs at the time. It's just like, I mean, they're they're claiming to portray the untold stories of World War II, but are they untold true stories, or are you making up your own stories?
Yeah, they did that with the single player. They kind of just made shit up.
The worst one of all was the one about the a German water. I think it was like a
heavy
water
the heavy water mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I must say that mission was actually fun to play. And mechanics wise, it was cool to like skate around, but I don't think it was very honest to what it was trying to depict clearly. And I'm kind of disappointed in that, but gameplay wise thankfully it was fun. So that it had that going for it in the single player, but so I'm okay with some historical inaccuracies, especially if it makes gameplay fun, but you have to you should like open up to that and say, yes, we're full of shit, but we're trying to make a good game here.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a line.
Yeah.
And they're really crossing it here. Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't think I'm gonna relaunch Battlefield to play this though. In the end, I think I'm just gonna kind of just wait for the reviews from like Level Cap Gaming to come out. but I have high hopes as long as the game is fixed by the time this drops. This is chapter 5, and I'm trying to skim really quick and see if there's a. So the war in the Pacific will start October 31st. Battlefield 5 will be hosting a series of free weekend trials too, and on November 1st, everyone will be able to try out the update, with the trial ending on November 4th. I actually saw that they're having like a lot of free weekends to kind of get player counts up, and I don't blame them.
I do blame them. In all honesty.
Yeah,
it was their fault for having such shitty marketing at the very beginning of the game. Like before the game was even out, with one of their executives saying, "Well, you guys are uneducated. You guys shouldn't buy the game," or something along the lines of that. And it's just like, really? This is an EA executive saying this, and I mean, no wonder why their stocks plummeted, because all the people that are pouring their money into the game and even investing in the company are the ones that are actually here either A, for the only in Battlefield gameplay, and to relive some, in this case because it's World War II, relive some of the quote-unquote untold stories that should be, I would say, at a minimum 80% true.
Well, I mean, if they're fake, then they technically are untold.
Oh.
Okay, Mr. Technicality. Okay.
Alright.
I mean, nobody's told a fake story before, so they weren't inaccurate.
All right. So also something I just noticed is the Colonel Sanders dating sim was one of the biggest releases on Steam for the month of September.
You know, you ever just go into fucking KFC and be like, I want some crispy chicken, and then just go home and beat off to that, and it's like, well, this isn't enough. Well, now you got a Colonel Sanders dating simulator.
That's right. You can skip the chicken and just eat Mr. Sanders there.
Oh, Mr. Sanders, I love your chicken so much.
I see, the sad thing is I actually genuinely want to play this game. But
how much is it on Steam though? That's my question.
It's
I'm gonna look
free.
that up. It's free.
It's free.
No.
And I think it's in the top 5, says this. It's in the top 5 free releases.
No.
But
Christ.
That's interesting.
We've hit advanced levels of corporate advertising.
But here's the
KFC.
You're enjoying your KFC ad. You're willing to your KFC ad. You are playing through your KFC ad.
See, I actually don't think I've ever had KFC.
Oh my god.
I haven't had KFC either.
There's just no KFCs around me. The far I have to travel like 15, 20 miles down the highway to go to the nearest KFC. Going to KFC is stupid for me. It's not worth my time.
Oh,
that's why I'm addicted to the goddamn Taco Bell.
Well, I bet you're shitting fucking holes in your bed.
Yeah, sure.
Listen,
Not
Taco
really.
Bell hits different. Whether it hits your tongue or your stomach is an entirely different matter.
Or your anus. What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't even know anymore.
High IQ news.
For those interested.
Oh, it must have been that quesarito.
Uh-oh.
No.
Stinky.
No! Stinky. God. gives me nightmares. I do not approve of that stupid monkey saying stinky.
Funny poop. Poop
No.
funny.
Oh my god, that is. Now I don't want to eat any more Taco Bell ever again.
All right, mission accomplished. There we go. All right, next story.
Just
The
anytime you go back to Taco Bell, just immediately head into your chat and just say, "Uh-oh,
Uh-oh.
sticky."
The Long Dark is getting its 3rd episode. It is out now. I actually haven't played it, but I've been trying to play it for a while, but I just never really bothered to try to buy it, if that makes any sense. I just keep seeing that game and thinking, hey, I kind of want to get that.
I've
But I
been
just
more
never
focused on Sea of Thieves to really care about any other game. So
now that I started playing it, it actually is fun. As long as I would imagine it's more fun if I keep playing with friends and that. But
yeah, it's definitely because I playing that game solo for the first month, I quit for like half a year and then came back. So
after
definitely.
they gave you more than just a banana for food.
Well, I shouldn't say half a year because I started playing.
At least you won't get scurvy. Wait, maybe you still will. There's no citrus.
Oh, my sides hurt.
I'm just going gorilla mode.
But apparently its 3rd episode had suffered from a it's nearly a year-long delay, which it was originally scheduled for December of 2018, and it is out now in October. That's a pretty hefty delay there, but
I guess the delay was long and dark.
Yeah, it was.
Fuck you! I was taking a sip of Mountain Dew, man.
I was contemplating a sip of my now room temperature disgusting beer.
Oh God! I took a sip anyways.
Yeah, I had to get the giggles out of the dumb pun. I'm not that funny. So this is actually something that I am going to play. So for Hitman 2, Agent 47 is getting a load of Halloween cosmetics for their Halloween update. And it's also available through the free starter pack. So you can actually buy the game, play one level completely for free, and then you pay for each other scenario. And I played Hitman Absolution, and it's super there's so many ways to do the different missions and stuff. It's so open-ended that I'd imagine you can get a couple hours of fun out of each mode or map or whatever. But I'm actually kind of hyped. I'm actually going to install Hitman 2 and play it after hearing this.
I don't even think I can, run any game other than Sea of Thieves at this point. My computer's so old.
It's time for upgrading.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, so it's out now. There's apparently a headless Hitman get up, which sounds pretty funny. And I'm curious to see what that involves. And it's on a New Zealand beach house. I think I'm just kind of skimming through here for any important information. But yeah, it went live on the 22nd, so it's out now, and it's a permanent addition to the game, so it's not like a seasonal thing. So you can go spook people. So when Christmas rears its ugly head around Thanksgiving, you can just wind the clock back a little bit and play some Halloween stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Be the headless horseman taking off other people's heads for money.
Yeah. So, the Satisfactory devs apparently said the Epic Game Store hate comes from a loud minority, which sounds kind of racist to me, man.
we're now going into the like a segregation of gamers just based off of whatever platform you made.
Gamers are already oppressed enough, and now we're segregating amongst our gamer kind.
Yep.
It was first Xbox and PlayStation. Now it's Steam, Origin, and
yeah. Now
we must unite under the one true banner gamers follow. Racial slurs.
No. But yes, we are tearing each other at the throat based on what platform we're on. Just like I am saying how Oron's new persona needs to go off to the gas chambers here.
Leave my lizard boy alone.
No,
retard.
I would respect you if you were a dragon, but you're just staying a lizard. So I'm like, you know what? No, you're not allowed to exist.
I'm gonna fucking drag on my nuts on your face.
I don't think you have nuts to drag on my face.
Oh my god.
I'm not entirely sure what a lizard man's anatomy is, but
I'm just waiting here to make a serious comment on this issue, and now we're all getting on to fucking dragging nuts across faces. Jesus Christ.
Fit for radio.
Why did I agree to be here?
Because you're bored.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yeah. But
because we needed a third person. Guy wasn't showing up.
But I do gotta say though that in a just based off experience, being a brony, being a diet furry, big air quotes, I can say that there is that minority that's like kind of shunned out in a way by the more normal people that are the loudest. Like the bad part of any kind of fandom is always going to be the loudest, and so I want to say that the bad part of us gamers is louder in terms of bashing Epic, but it's kind of a hard area to talk on because I've had experience with Epic games and I did not like it at all. And I don't want to sit here and bash, but I don't know whether to give credit to the loud minority or play devil's advocate and go with Epic Games and be like, hey, they're a pretty decent platform, because I've had bad moments when I tried playing Fortnite, and I've had decent moments every now and again, but it's just it's a slippery slope.
Fortnite.
It's a fun game.
I'm gonna orange justice on you later after this.
But yeah, not Fortnite, but I played Satisfactory. It's a really fun game if you're into that factory management crap. But also,
why are you shilling for Satisfactory? We're talking about the ethics and
that's what I'm
policies
rolling
of
into that.
Epic Games. And you're like, hey guys,
I'm rolling
play
into that. But I don't really have anything against Epic other than the one time it took me 3 days to fucking buy Satisfactory because their plugin for
you did
PayPal.
not buy Satisfactory, motherfucker.
Yeah, you gave me money, which I like. I was happy, and then I bought the game. And yes,
I bought it for you, technically, going off of technicality.
But it took 3 days for the stupid thing. That's not the point.
You still took my money.
Thank you for giving me your money. But it took me like 3 days or a weekend or something to buy the stupid game because their PayPal plugin wasn't working. So I had to like transfer the money from my PayPal to my bank account, and that like is a long dumb process that didn't need to happen. But now anyway, so Epic is I don't really think Epic is that bad, in my opinion. I just think that they're there.
They're there, but at the same time, especially with what they're doing with Borderlands, having it released on Epic before any other platform, or I think just solely on Epic, I didn't really like that. I thought that was kind of selfish of them. If they want
I
to be a
mean,
good platform, then they gotta, compete instead of try
I
and
mean
force people onto their platform.
that's kind of how platforms compete. The only way they can compete is either with discounts or with trying to be the first release. Because if it released at the same time, we all know everybody would buy it on Steam,
Yeah,
without
I
a
mean,
doubt.
but the
That's
thing
why
is,
Epic had to do that.
Steam got big because of its exclusive games from Valve. Valve is the entity that owns Steam, like Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Counter-Strike. They got big off of those games, and they were exclusively sold on their own platform. That's one of the reasons they got big. Now, what Epic is doing is they're essentially forcing you to buy to buy a game, not buy them, from their platform that's not even developed by them. And I don't think it's
I
I
mean, they're
don't
not
think it's the
forcing
high road.
anybody. They willingly sign a contract into it, and it's usually not that harsh. And from what I've heard Epic Games doesn't take as huge of a cut from games as Steam does, because from what I heard, Epic only takes 12% of profits, while Steam takes a whopping 30.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
other things like Epic Games seem much more favorable to indie devs who can barely pull in money and don't have much to spend and have a bunch of deadlines to worry about instead of some AAA that has all the money in the world.
Then again, I do have kind of a big bias because I've been on Steam for the past 6 years.
Everybody does. Everybody goes to Steam because where everything is. That's where all the
Yeah.
sales are. That's where all the games are. It's been borderline a monopoly on game stores for the most part.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Like
um.
before all this Epic other stuff, there were barely any platforms to even try to contest Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think for some reason it just sticks in my mind that the morality of the morality of hogging a game for a certain amount of time from other platforms when other users like myself have a bigger bias. And I know this is very, very nitpicking, kind of like, selfish in a way, but I don't want to have multiple accounts on different platforms to play maybe one game
Yeah.
on that other
I
platform.
can definitely see where that is annoying personally. So I don't especially it's even worse when you have two different emails on the accounts because you totally didn't throw like four different emails at Epic Games to play Fortnite on your phone. And hope that one of them got through their beta testing thing first. Or hoping one of them got through first. But yeah. So there's definitely a lot of people kind of. Everyone has an opinion on the whole Epic Games thing, but I mean, I don't really think Epic Games is really doing. Other than I think they had like this weird thing where they were accessing data that they shouldn't have been. But outside of that, I don't really think their practices are that bad. It's just people are bitching because they're too annoyed to have multiple accounts. And also, the funny thing is, I had a friend who was complaining about the Borderlands 3 being on Epic for like a whole year, exclusively, and you download the launcher from Epic Games, and then you run it through the launcher. So, because Borderlands has their own launcher, Borderlands 3 has its own launcher that you download from Epic. So after you download it from Epic, you're never really even going into Epic to play the game, which I kind of find funny.
Wow, that's pretty epic.
Yeah, so epic.
You see what I did there?
And then okay, on to the next order of business. Um, oh my goodness, we're out of the woods in terms of gaming. We're moving in to the bizarre news.
Okay, so for this one that I saw, wait, which one are we on though? Which one are we going to start with?
Researchers teach rats to drive, find out it reduces stress.
Okay, so when I first read this headline, for some reason in my brain, I pictured a dude watching a rat drive a car and talk to himself like, man, this is really reducing my stress.
Fuck it. Rat's driving the car today. Rat is my designated driver.
Researchers in Virginia said that they have trained rats to drive tiny cars and learned the activity was a means of stress relief for the rodents.
Glad they specified it there because I got so fucking confused.
The scientists of the University of Richmond's Lambert Behavioral Neuroscience Laboratories said that they trained 2 groups of rats to operate the rat-operated vehicle, or ROV, which works by having the rats push down on a copper bar that propels the tiny car forward. How they drive, I do not know yet. The rats were forwarded. It doesn't say how they drive. It doesn't say how they turn. So it's
they just go forward and backwards, and that's stressful.
There's a video.
The rats were.
All right, they can turn.
Oh wow.
And it looks like they're driving looks like a little wagon.
No, that's a bottle. I'm looking at the picture right now. That is a bottle. Okay.
Well, with that, if I didn't see the cab at first, so it looked like a little wagon, like what I'd see when I'm playing fucking like Oregon Trail or something.
Oh my god. The rats were rewarded.
They're not dying of dysentery, so.
The rats
you don't
were.
Know
that. The rats were forwarded with.
These are lab rats.
They were rewarded with Fruit Loops cereal. When they drove to the end of the area,
like Fruity Pebbles.
When they drove to the end of their enclosure.
Yes, brother, I crave the loop.
Oh my god, brother,
give me the
brother,
loop.
I need loop. Brother, I need the loop. And a quick couple of comment shout outs that someone dropped. Native Rabbit Natsu says, I came here for serious discussion and I show up to nut dragging. What is like?
Oh my god. Wait, people are actually watching this.
This is welcome to Shenanigans.
I can just imagine being some normal person just sees this on their recommended, clicks in, and it's just, man, my dragon's gonna drag my nuts all across your face. Like, oh my god, that's enough internet for
dragging
today.
my fat nuts across your face.
No, the reply would be, but wait, you don't have any nuts to drag.
And we're back on the topic again.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna learn about lizard anatomy and internal testicles.
Yeah. Oh, I'm smiling too much. It hurts.
Ball out, more like ball in.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Next up. Sorry. Fucking dragon nuts. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Lizard nuts. Am I being racist against your lizard for
Yes,
assuming...
I've already reported you for hate speech. Have a good day.
You got a license for that racism, mate. The People's Daily China. Everyone's favorite country right now. A two-headed snake has broken into a farmer's yard in Shenzhen, North China. I don't know China. I failed geography. Actually, no. I was actually really good at European geography, but China's. But yes, it is two-headed, and I'm like, I October 28th or 24th. We're not
Oh,
an
you're
yet.
living
This is a
fucking 4 days in the
time-traveling
future
reporter.
now.
A Chinese farmer shared a video of a rare find, a two-headed snake that he captured on his property before it later escaped. It's in the Sunshine-ho Hebei province. Said he found a snake with two heads. Again, two heads. We're all aware it's two heads, right? I said that
Does
enough.
it have two heads? Are you sure?
I don't know.
We don't have a Hydra on our hands, do we?
I'm thinking.
Cut
I'm
off
waiting
one
for
of
you to
these
say a
people,
different
man.
kind of head. Damn it! You let me down, Oron.
Oh, no.
No.
Why?
What the fuck? Snake experts in New Jersey announced in September they had
Wait,
captured
if they have two heads, would they have four penises?
Oh yeah, because snakes have two
Oh,
heads.
good lord.
And the other one.
Oh.
I only know that because it was a joke in a Has Been Hotel comic about one of the snake characters.
I'm gonna commit super slide.
Sewers.
I'm trying to stay positive.
I'm gonna commit
all
the not
F4
alive. I'm gonna commit the not alive.
I'm gonna commit dead.
I'm gonna commit self-die.
Commit self forever sleep.
Snake experts in New Jersey announced in September they had captured a two-headed timber rattlesnake. The herpetological English I don't speak. I can't today.
Yeah, I think it's just herpetological.
Herpetological, thank you. Associates
of Burlington
Oh,
County
my
said the
lord.
snake was being cared for by experts and would be unlikely to survive in the wild.
Ah, thank you.
You know, is there sometimes where I feel like news sources, like media sources, just
Make shit up.
just run out of like big stories to promote, so they go out and find the most bizarre things. And it's just like, two-headed snake. That's the news.
Snowhead.
That's our news for today.
That's
I
it,
mean, there could've been
everyone. Great
There could have been
job.
plenty of other news in China.
There wasn't a
Like,
match.
local crowd of people gets fucking murked by an improperly made elevator. Or
I was gonna.
Live Leaks has doubled in videos from China.
Hey, Voltage, you want all of your Chinese viewers to get banned right now?
Oh my god, no! I don't want to get anyone banned. Tiananmen Square.
Today will do absolutely nothing on June 4th, 1989 at Tiananmen Square.
Absolutely nothing happened. Not a thing. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even think that place exists. That date is not even on the Chinese calendar. You're making shit up.
It's made up, just like Hong Kong and Taiwan.
Oh my god.
See, I don't have I don't call it Chinese food.
Do we have a Chinese viewer in here? Yes.
Damn, we really don't have the guts to ban Natsu because that's probably like the one viewer you have of this entire stream.
Yikes!
Thank you for your support, friend.
This is it says we're at 4 watching now, but this is probably including all 3 of us.
Yeah. I did see it go to 5 and then instantly back down to 4.
Oh, that was the Chinese guy tuning in right when I said Tiananmen Square.
It's like your internet's been disconnected. I'm just like, I wonder why.
Oh yeah. But next on the bizarre file.
Oh my god, no, I do not want to talk about this.
Florida man, Florida man.
Pinellas Park Target.
What's new with the
Policing.
Florida man?
Florida
He also
literally-
rubbed himself against a stuffed unicorn before putting it back on the shelf.
You could literally say that the Florida man tried to go to the moon, and it would probably be either A, a real story, or B, something that everybody would believe because Florida man has done just about everything stupid to get on the news.
Pinelass Park. A St. Petersburg man was arrested. What is a Russian doing all the way out there? And wait, did we annex St. Petersburg and is part of the Florida state now?
Listen, maybe a man from St. Petersburg really wanted to experience the land of crocodiles and crack cocaine like Florida.
Oh my god.
A St. Petersburg man was arrested Tuesday after the police said he dry humped multiple stuffed animals at the Park Place Target, including Olaf, the snowman from the wildly successful Disney film Frozen, which now has a sequel. Am I going to watch it? Probably, because I'm a Disney fan. The other victim was a large stuffed unicorn, police said. Cody Mater, 20 of St. Petersburg. You expect like a 60-year-old wackadoo to do it, not a 20-year-old.
You
then
know,
again,
like
he's probably
the
on crack.
54-year-old that had a pet alligator hyped up on coke to protect its drugs.
Oh my god, I forgot
I
about
feel
that
like there's
story.
no age you would expect for somebody doing this.
Crack is one hell of a drug. Cocaine's one hell of a drug.
Florida's one hell of a place.
Florida's a hell of a drug.
Florida's now illegal.
The air in Florida would fail a drug test.
Going to Florida will give you a felony drug possession charge now.
Cody entered the store around 2 p.m. Tuesday. He walked up to a display of merchandise from Frozen, picked out a large Olaf stuffed animal, placed it on the floor, and proceeded to rub himself against it until he did the sploosh on it. Authorities said he then walked into a toy aisle, grabbed another stuffed animal, this time a large unicorn, and did the same thing.
Oh my god.
He was detained in the store where police said he admitted to doing stupid stuff. You don't say.
Is that in quotes or are you just censoring?
Yes. Wait.
Oh lord. Like, are you just censoring what actually happened, or is that legitimately what he said?
He said he admitted to doing stupid stuff. Yes, that's a quote.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you definitely did stupid stuff. Like, just
said-
a little bit more than stupid.
Police said his father, who was not at the scene, told them he has a history of this type of behavior. What?
You gotta get the full list of everything he's dry humped.
I could just imagine a cop that knows the guy's like, oh, it's Cody at it again. This time it's fucking Olaf that got the
All right, why'd you dry hump this
What's
time,
it-
son?
What's the flavor of the
The
day?
snow. What?
What's the flavor of the day today, boy?
I saw a picture of the stuffed animal that they're talking about, and it literally looks like Olaf wanted to die. Like, I mean, I feel you, man. I feel you. If I got dry humped by Florida man, I would want to die too.
I watched that. I
You
saw
gotta
a
change his
meme.
name from Snowloft to Nutloft.
I saw a meme where it's the scene from Frozen, and he just sits there with the ice stick through him. He says, "Oh, I've been impaled." What the fuck?
I was thinking of that too. I went down in the garage to smoke, and I was on iFunny. I saw that, and I was like, "Yeah, you kind of did get impaled."
And our item of the month, or not item, Well, we're out of the bizarre files, back to the realm of what is at least somewhat considered normal, and on to furry fandom news. Because that's
Normal?
definitely...
I think we've sunk lower.
Probably.
Now we have people sticking pocket pussies in the stuffed unicorns.
What? I don't need one, that image, and two, I'm gonna get banned from YouTube.
That was a
Oh,
given.
my lord.
But,
no!
So some details we're gonna share about New Year's Fur Bowl 2020. The theme this
Not
year.
gonna lie, I read that as NYFD, and I was like, "What's it? Why is this site advertising the New York Fire Department?"
New York Furry Department.
And I was like, "Wait a minute, it's FDNY."
Yeah, Fairy Department of New York, you dummy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But the New Year's Furry Bowl, this year is themed of retro space. It's December 31st. If the New Year's theme wasn't obvious enough to you, it's in Newark, Delaware. I am going to be there, and I'm probably going to drag Oron there too. Hopefully. I'd hopefully we get a room for the night. That'd be great.
If you guys want to let me stay there, I'll take some PTO.
Yeah. You gotta chip in for the room.
I've got 7 hours left in my bank, and you know all how Amazon does their PTO, 3 hours per paycheck.
Yup.
But registration is open now. Pre-registration will close December 17th, 2019, because it's not gonna wait until next year, obviously. I don't know why I said the year number there. I'm literally reading a script here.
Dying of the
Is that
plague
pop?
before we finish the script.
Yeah. So the candidate membership, which is the standard membership, it's $40 this year. Includes admission to the Fur Bowl, an event badge, and access to the dinner buffet. More on that in a second. The astronaut, which is $70 at pre-registration plus another $5 at the door, is everything previously said, and you get a T-shirt, a sponsor badge, ribbon, a shot glass. I need that. I need to stop drinking out of the
Alcoholism.
bottle. An early dinner access and the astronaut ice theme or ice cream, whatever the fuck that is, I don't know. And the space captain, which is the super sponsor, is $100. Where you get everything before and early registration at 15 minutes earlier, or on site. I think super sponsor badge, ribbon, a travel mug, and a super sponsor pin, and more to be announced, I guess. For you minors out there, it's $5 off everything.
Oh, you have minors watching this stream? Damn. I'm sorry.
The only people who watch anything on YouTube, unironically, are 12-year-olds. So.
Well, you see here, I learned how to disconnect a quick connect. Yeah, a quick disconnect on YouTube. So I mean.
So from 8 to 17, it's $35. Anyone younger than 7, who is accompanied by an adult, obviously, it's completely free. And an attending parent, I do not. It doesn't look like they. It doesn't look like you have to pay as an attending parent. So that's cool. They're gonna have a dealer's den, which seems cool.
They're gonna have an after dark.
They have a
Good
schedule
question.
posted. I'm not gonna go over the details there. They have a dinner menu up for the dinner, which apparently everyone's getting into, which sounds cool.
I too enjoy eating. Yes.
Yeah.
Brother, I must eat.
Yeah, they got. Why did I want to say lamp?
They have lamps.
Oh
That's it,
man.
folks. They have lighting. That's right. No stumbling about in the dark.
Well, only in the dance is there stumbling, but that's mostly because we're all too drunk to understand what's going on anymore.
Turn
Well,
off the lights. Make it stumbling in the dark. Have
according to literally everybody at work, at the firehouse, and everywhere, I'm still a child, and I'm like, fuck you all.
Oh, before I forget, someone said in the comments, "Gotta be a brony." Tracking back to Bizarre File real quick. Gotta be a brony. No normal Florida man would have grabbed a unicorn.
All right, listen here, you little shit.
I guess
Don't
sometimes
you make fun of
unicorn
my
pussy
diet.
just hits different.
Don't you make fun of my diet off-brand Sprite furry mix here, okay?
More you can find more information, including the dinner menu, and how to register and the hotel space and all that. That all can be found at newyearsfurryball.com. For more information, I'm going to make it a point to go because I never get invited to New Year's parties, so might as well crash someone else's.
Last New Year's, I had a fire call that we got canceled on. I got kicked out of another fire department because I went to the other department to respond, and I'm very sad.
Oh.
Last New Year's, I sat in my house and barely did anything, sitting in the dark, if you will.
I don't
live a
know.
fulfilling life.
I don't know what I did last year.
Also, are we getting paid for this full-fledged fucking advertisement we just did for them?
No, I just wanted to bring it up.
Now we should contact them and be like, we gave you advertisement to our whole 4 viewers, 3 of them being the actual people talking.
Right. Oh, the discounted room rate, really quick, I wanted to point this out, is $122 excluding tax for registered attendees only. So that's good, I guess. Woohoo, discounted rooms. As I actually looked at the rooms without the discount, it's like $300 a pop per night. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You better be serving me like shit on a silver platter and gold leaf.
Why the fuck would you want
Better
shit
yet,
on a
serve
silver
me
platter?
actual food on a silver platter with gold leaf.
Yeah, serve me actual food. I don't want no one's shit. It's disgusting.
Fuck's sake.
That's a
I
story
guess you
for
could say it tastes like shit.
that's for Florida man to do. Come on. Not even anywhere near Florida. Why you gotta do that?
Oh my goodness. And yeah, that's everything. You can follow at New Year's Furry Bowl on social media for updates on Twitter. If anything were to change. But yes, I'm going to be going to this, and I'm dragging Aura on there again, and hopefully get a room for the night, because I plan on getting hammered, or maybe Aura can drive. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yep, no one knows. No one ever knows.
Now that 3-minute unskippable ad is over.
Jesus fucking... It's... I'm trying to inform people about things, and another thing for furry news I completely forgot about. Because it's totally not on my radar at all.
Whoa, we're going off script here.
Shit!
Oh,
I'm going off the rails!
Red alert, red alert!
This is an emergency situation.
Oh my god, we have to do actual improv.
No,
no.
Another
Time to burn my essay.
convention that's going. This is just a convention that's going on this weekend. Fur Apocalypse 2019 is this weekend, and I didn't even know about it. Some people have already stumbled in, and it's Thursday, so.
Wow, literally giving all 4 of us, plenty of time to plan.
Oh,
Good job.
I'm not going all the way up to Connecticut. or whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The fuck not.
Massachusetts or whatever
Oh
the
my
hell this
God.
is. Hotel
What
and
was it
Shop.
called again?
Yeah, it's in Connecticut.
The
Furpocalypse.
Furpocalypse. You get eaten out by a fucking husky.
Is the scary part supposed to be that it's in Connecticut?
A zombie husky.
Well, it actually used to be called Fur Fright, but then there was like the people who they needed to change, and then the people who were running Fur Fright didn't want to do it anymore, due to some family things that happened, and then some people stepped up and said we'll continue it, but the people who were running it, thank you.
Whoops. Fireplace is not even going. Don't worry.
Where was I lost my train of thought now. Thank you, Leroy Jenkins. They had like this whole, they didn't want to give up the Fur Fright name, so they just made it for Apocalypse, and continued. And it's literally at the same stinking resort hotel anyway. So, yay!
Very,
in case any of
very
you are, in
enthusiastic.
case, any of us are packing our bags right this second and shooting all the way up Connecticut for this.
Nope, not me.
You know what? I'm ditching all my plans for this weekend. I'm taking off work, unpaid time, paid time, vacation time. I'm going up there right now.
No, that's maybe, I don't know. And then there's I was about to say, and then there's New Year's Furry Bowl, but I realized, wait, we already did that. And lastly, we're swinging into entertainment news and movie news and shit like that. So, as per the theme of this video, if you couldn't tell by the title,
That's right. We used our clickbait title for the 1-minute story we have relating to this.
You know, the one story that's probably going to be a little shorter than our, 10, 15-minute ad.
Yep.
Joker has set to bank near $500,000 in profit, on par with Avengers Infinity War. So, in terms of percentage of numbers and everything, Joker is doing just as well, if not maybe better, apparently some are saying, than Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, people
and
are walking
I actually
out.
saw some Twitter comments saying, like, wow, you didn't even, like, some people completely even forgot that Infinity War released this year. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, wait, he's actually right. I honestly kind of thought Infinity War released like last year, because it feels like last year. Doesn't it?
Well,
Kinda?
it is October. I mean, we're getting to that season where we're starting to celebrate Christmas before even Halloween. So, might as well just be 2020 already. Let's celebrate New Year's Eve early.
Oh yeah, the magic of consumerism.
But the Joker's profit is not that far off from Black Panther's for $476.8 million, and is way ahead of Aquaman's $260.5 million, and Venom's near $247 million, and Deadpool's $235.4 million. Joker figured at about $420 million the past week or so it's been out. And this is actually the best. It looks like it's one of the best DC branded movies since, I guess, the Dark Knight series.
All these people complaining that it's a rated R movie and it's too violent.
I like how we'll take 10 seconds to talk about an interesting article, and we'll take 2 minutes advertising for a convention, and then
we're not done
talking
yet.
about box office numbers.
Well, this is a relatively new segment, okay?
This is like the last podcast where you just read off computer parts for much longer than any other part of the show.
That bra moment when you
But,
really want a new computer, so you'd start talking about parts more than anything.
oh wait, hang on. Apparently, Wonder Woman broke a. I don't think that. I'm not sure if I'm reading this correctly, but it says that their highest-grossing DC title at one point, over 1 billion, was Wonder Woman, and I'm like, I don't. I didn't see Wonder Woman. I had no interest in it, really at all. I don't think that's right, because then she said she lassoed a profit of 252.9 million. So I don't know if that's.
Do you get the pun though? She lassoed because
Yes,
she has a lasso of truth. It's punny.
More like punishing.
But yeah, Joker's doing well. I'm happy. I need to see that maybe this weekend. I don't know. I just gotta see it. And now Star Wars. I actually have the clip for this, so I'm just gonna play it in the background here low. So yeah, Star Wars 9 is released, and it opens, of course, to Rey running around through a jungle.
Oh, wait, hold up. Back to comments. Apparently, Natsu lives in 2555.
Why
Tell
didn't
me,
you warn us
Natsu.
about 9/11 then? Come on, man.
No, we have more important things to talk about. Is TF real? Have they come up with TF yet?
No, stop.
Did Half-Life 3 come out yet?
Oh my god. But yes, so it looks like the evil emperor has returned. Woohoo!
He got thrown off a fucking cliff. How did he live?
I'm not
How
really
did
sure
Luke
how.
Skywalker live?
I'm kind of annoyed with the Star Wars franchise right now, but it looks like it's gonna be very interesting. But
It seems like it should have ended like ages ago, in my opinion.
They should have just used George Lucas's story. I don't think they should have followed their new thing, because this isn't at all what George Lucas had in mind. But
Maybe
so
he should have made more movies.
An annoying thing right now for me is like this. They have a shot of like a bunch of Resistance fighters, but like they had no one. At the end of the last episode, there was no Resistance. They escaped with just the Millennium Falcon.
Who knows? They probably did some advertising.
But
hey guys, want to kill people?
looks like the Empire proper is back. But I don't know if you guys actually like listened to the trailer yet, but I'm gonna play the music for it. It's actually, I really like that. I was really hyped with this music.
I mean, I'm probably going to be indifferent because I don't watch nor care about Star Wars at all.
I'm a brony, dude. Literally everything in my life is my way home. Fuck off. Get that regular.
Star Wars.
But
Bro, let's fucking watch that.
I'm really excited in terms of the music, but I don't know. I'm trying not to get excited because I know I'm gonna be let down, or it's gonna be something stupid. But I am very much compelled to get tickets, but at the same time I don't, because reasons. And also, because I was actually talking to some, I saw the trailer and it brought it up in the class, and this dude I was sitting with said, like, I already ordered my tickets. I'm like, no, I will never see a movie like this on its opening day. Oh, really? On the topic of Star Wars, did anyone hear anything about the Kenobi movie and the Boba Fett movie that was supposed to release? Or
No.
because I'm concerned that it may or may not be still happening. I'm actually really excited. What the fuck did you do? Did you just fall over? Are you having a stroke? Do I need an ambulance for you?
Damn, looks like we're down to 2 people on this podcast now.
I've
Well,
been,
3 in the comments, 2 on the actual podcast.
I've been fiddling around with a carabiner and I almost dropped it. I thought it was gonna be the end of the world if I did.
Right. But yeah, I'm interested as to what they're going to do, but I'm kind of annoyed that they kind of copped out and brought the Emperor back because they let the fucking director in the last movie kill Snope, who was kind of supposed to be their new Emperor, but
You mean Snook or something like that?
Snope. Or
Wow, they are
Soap.
literally beating a dead horse now.
yeah.
Good thing I don't watch Star Wars, so I don't have to be disappointed.
Well, new Emperor's dead. Bring back the other one. Other one was a little old and crusty, but he's got some mileage left on him.
There is an actual like pre-Disney takeover. There is actual canon for him, or for Sith living as long as he did. It's for reasons that I don't want to get into, but it is technically canon possible for Palpatine to live that long, in spite of being like 85 when he died, or yeah, like 90 when he died.
Do it.
Well, I mean, if he was fucking killed, then no amount of lore is gonna sit there and say, yeah, he's alive.
Yo, I just realized something. If he doesn't say "do it" in the movie, I am legitimately going to be angry.
I'm going to request my money back.
Yeah, like it's at that point where I'm like, you know what?
The employees are going to be like, well, what's your reason? And it was like, well, Senator Palpatine didn't say do it. It's like, that's not a reason. It's like, I didn't like it.
Listen, they brought back the dumb old guy. I want him to say the meme phrase before he dies again.
Yeah, that's it.
I bought this movie, this entire 2-hour shit show, for one meme phrase, and what do I get? Nothing. At least Joker said the word society in the Joker movie.
We live in a society.
You know, Rey's just sitting there with her, lightsaber or laser sword up to his neck, and he's just like, do it.
See, Disney sucks at twist villains, but I actually genuinely would be completely okay if Rey turned into a twist villain, like they teased with the trailer with her turning on a red lightsaber. I genuinely.
I doubt it though, because this is Disney. This is Disney we're talking about.
Yes, exactly. This is Disney we're talking about. Have you not seen every single stinking princess movie forever? Or every movie that they're coming out with lately? There's always
it seemed like every movie, any main character either A, turned villain, then turned back to good. Or was a villain, then turned good. Or they died.
But every villain in recent memory for Disney owned crap, it's their turn villain, or what did I say? Turn villains, or I forgot the
twist villains.
Twist villains. Yes.
But wait, hold up. On the topic of twist villains, I think you are forgetting Disney actually is good at twist villains. Because the corporation of Disney became the twist villain of the world.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. But yeah, man. I mean, I especially because it's a Disney thing, I do really kind of hope that Rey turns into a twist villain on the side of the Emperor, and Kylo Ren changes sides to do the good. It's either that. Or, in all honesty, I just want the rebellion to lose. And just that be the end. because
But that would be such a cliffhanger because everyone's gonna expect the good guy to win, and then they're gonna be like, "Are they gonna come out with another movie? Did the bad guys really win this time?"
Well, I just want a
You think
movie.
Disney is gonna let that happen?
Yes. Well,
You think the
No!
bloated corpse
No.
of the Disney Corporation is gonna let that happen
I
instead of having an extremely predictable plot line with an extremely predictable twist and an extremely predictable ending that makes everybody happy?
genuinely, sorry, want to see the rebellion lose.
I look, as you say that, I can already see the Disney stocks falling so far down.
Wait a
I'm
minute, they'll
sorry.
collapse.
I want an actual
All
like
right, I want them to lose
tragedy.
now. Holy shit! I want them to lose now. If that means Disney stock tanks, then I'm
again,
rooting for the
from the
good
start,
guys.
I was always for the Empire.
Go
Because
on Battlefront 2 and just play Galactic Conquest with the Empire then. Jesus. Watch the Empire win there.
they do.
Yes, because you make them win.
Empire, more like Flexpire.
I mean,
funny joke.
I actually it's a kind of a common agreement in the lore that the rebels are a bunch of murdering fucknuts, and the Empire is like in the actual good guy. Because in the original lore, the whole reason why the Empire is this gigantic military force is because they were being threatened by an alien race that was outside of their galaxy, disconnected from the Force. So they were threatening to invade and destroy the galaxy,
But that
beyond the
confuses
outer
me
rim.
because what was the point of Order 66 at the end of, like, was it the Revenge of the Sith or something like that?
Because in the end, the Jedi actually weren't that great people. And actually, we're only told the Sith are bad guys just because, especially to the average citizen and politician, everyone's just kind of going with what the Jedi say. No one knows anything, and there's a bunch of videos that go into this, but like the Jedi like take kids away who are Force sensitive, and their whole role is to go out and what's it called? Mediate situations and problems on planets, but they only do like a short-term thing. They don't get a long-term fix for a situation, and Jedi actually really weren't liked. And if you actually look into the lore, if anyone's nerdy enough about Star Wars, you kind of start seeing like, yeah, the Republic sucked, the Jedi were kind of fucking lame, and you can really see why a lot of people were okay with the Empire, because they really weren't doing, like, outside of like a couple of events that you see in like Rogue One where they blow up part of a planet a couple of times and kill a bunch of people. There really isn't any true real reason to hate the Empire, other than just being a police force. Because Blue Man bad.
Blue Man bad.
But
Dang, now you're making me want to hate the Empire.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm gonna kill everybody and kill more. Whoa, I'm not gonna go that far. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Third position time. Join the enemy alien force that was threatening the Empire.
That makes me think of the Michael Jackson meme where he's sitting back eating popcorn and just watching the rebellion and the Empire duke it out. It's like, man, this is a good threat. We really caused the galactic war here.
But yeah, so that's all I have for this show. Any other final comments, anyone?
No, but I really gotta use the bathroom, so let's narrow. I've seriously been holding this fucking end.
Oh my god. This is the strangest fucking show I've had ever.
Okay, I just disappeared after I said that last word because my headphones died.
Well, we're ending here, so any final comments there? Can I get a...
Stay in drugs, don't do school.
Take drugs, stay away from school.
As a college student, do everything but the drug part.
As a college student, do everything and the drug part.
No.
As
Don't
a
do
blue
drugs.
collar, I don't know what to say.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, this has been episode 7 of the Shenanigans podcast.
Episode 6.
Wait,
Look
6.
at your fucking.
I can't
oh
count.
my God.
Well, it is technically the 7th podcast, but in the debut I didn't number. I think. I don't know. Well, this is episode 6. Thank you all so much for tuning in this evening, and yeah. Bye-bye, I guess. I still haven't worked out an outro for this.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.